Hello, my lovely audience. Anyway, welcome to another video. So then, welcome to What If Deku Was Jack the Ripper? Okay, first little bit. In this What If, Cementos would actually have a daughter, and I have something very special planned for her. Anyway, her name is Ichinose, and she has, blonde hair that fades into pink. Yes, it's a reference. If you can guess the reference properly, I will pin your comment. So, yeah. If you guess the reference properly, I will pin your comment. So, let's get into the video. So, a lot of, what would happen in Jack's backstory would happen in Deku's. Except, when his mother freaks out, she would come at him, and he would defend himself with the scissors. This would be, due to his quirk, her entire arm would get cut off as well when he stabs it into her neck. He would cut it through her arm and into her neck, causing her to feel fear, which would just sort of spark that love for the feeling. The love to spread fear. Anyway, okay, time to explain Deku's quirk. So, basically, Jack the Ripper's gloves in Record of Ragnarok, which basically turn anything he touches into a divine weapon which can kill, deities. Yeah, that's basically Deku's quirk, along with being able to see people's emotions. And just like Jack the Ripper, he would see fear as the most beautiful emotion. Except this time around, he ain't gonna have no Hercules. He ain't gonna have no Hercules that'll be like, no, compassion is also a beautiful emotion. He ain't gonna experience that. So, then, yeah. When Deku finishes off his mother, he would go to his deadbeat of a dad, able to find him because, he's a relatively well-known hero. Anyway, he would go to his house, and whilst he is reading a book, he would take a knife, and then that knife would flash green, showing that Deku's quirk has become active. He would get behind his father and just laugh a bit. Hello, father. Good meeting you, finally. Oh, shit, who the hell are you? Oh, you don't recognize me? I'm Izuku Midoriya, Inko Midoriya, the woman you left. Well, I've just come here to thank you, because, if you had never up and laughed on us, I wouldn't have discovered my favorite emotion. And what would that be, little boy? Fear. It's so beautiful in coloration. Oh, just watching people drowned by fear. It brings a tear to the eye. Okay, you're going to... Before, Hisashi could finish, Deku would cut off his entire arm, blood splattering everywhere. I see your blood's no redder than mine. he would say before gutting him like a fish. Asashi. You're insane. Yeah, I know. In fact, I wasn't really this crazy a couple of hours ago, but you could grab Hasashi's collar as fear would begin to run through him like a wave. Well, times change. Deku would say, stabbing him in the head, killing him. He would adorn an antique cloak and top hat, which doesn't even fit him. He's like 6 at this point. It's for more like a fully grown person. And he would go into the night. Now then, he would eventually end up meeting a few people. Specifically 3 he's not only kept alive, but actually work with him. Now, in this what if, Deku would love London. He would adore it. And, well, he would frequently, before he kills someone, give them the slightest feeling that they are in London. Now, this would be done through 3 people. The most recent addition, Koda. You know Koda. The kid with the water quirk. Yes, Koda. He's very traumatized after what happened to his parents, and, well, his opinion on things kind of isn't right anymore, so when, he got offered this job working with Deku to spread fear, and, well, he would, of course, comply after Deku showed him one of the drawings he made of one of his victims, and what the fear looked on them. Because Deku just draws down what the fear appears like on people. And, well, it would be quite beautiful to Koda, especially in his current state of mind. Koda would help with the watery aspect of London, using his quirk to manipulate fogs and make it seem like it's raining. Next would be Kami Uchini. I can't pronounce her name, so, that's the best pronunciation you're gonna get from me. But her quirk of illusions really does help, especially when making it seem like someone's in London. And the last would be Cementos' daughter, Ichino's, in this what if. Her quirk is essentially a stronger version of her father's, allowing her to not just manipulate only cement, but just any kind of rock, allowing her to shape the alleyways into a dreary representation of London. Between the 3 of these people, Deku is able to pretty accurately recreate London before he kills someone. And, well, yeah. We cut to, well, Deku finishing off one of his victims, using a sledgehammer to decapitate them. Not only is Deku very strong in this what if, but, the divine weapons, a rock literally made an explosion behind Hercules, so I imagine a sledgehammer would be able to decapitate someone. But once he decapitates the person, with fear stricken upon their face, he hears a voice. Well, well, well. So you're Jack the Ripper, eh? Who might be asking? Quite the scene you got here. The name's Tomura. Shigaraki. Tomura Shigaraki. Oh, like the former number 1? How do you even know about that? I'm quite versed in history. So, are you here to arrest me, like your grandmother would have wanted? Or are you looking for or death itself? Because I'd be more than happy to finish you off if that's what you want. No, no, just no. No, dude, like, chill. Chill. I'm actually looking to recruit you. For what, may I ask? For the LOV. That's the dumbest name I've ever heard. You know, League of Villains. Oh, then the LOV sounds even more stupid to me. Like, out of all the names you could have picked, LOV, love, sends chills up my spine. He would say, using his sledgehammer as a cane. Well, maybe this would entice you. I serve a man known as the Symbol of Fear. All for one. All for one. Oh, I'm pretty sure I read a book about him. Ah, damn it. Like, oh, I swallowed in a bit of spit. Ah, shit. Let me just continue. I quite enjoy his work. Alright, tempting offer. I will consider it, though I cannot give my direct offer as of now. So then, Tomura Shigaraki, I would recommend you flee the scene. Me and my partners tend to get a bit antsy, if you can tell. So I'm just gonna, write this man's name in write my name in this man's blood, and I will be leaving. You know how the cops can be. But tempting offer. Okay. Wow, I did not expect it to be that easy. Shigaraki would say leaving. Cammy would jump down from, one of her hiding spots and ask, "Are you really gonna work with that that hand-coated chap lip? Like, that man is crusty. Like, that man is crustier than the Krusty Krabs, and he's handier than my hand. No, he's handier than my quirk. As a pun, he's not actually as handy. I really don't know. Depends. Honestly, it really depends whether they are as fearful as he claims. Because, All for One in history has very often, how you would say, had little groups that just really gave him people to steal quirks from. He's always been the main show. And I normally don't like being in someone else's shadow. But when he can spread fear, oh, the most beautiful emotion, fear, I might as well. But that's just considering he actually works for All for One and isn't just trying to get someone like me into a trap. You never really know with these people. I say don't trust him. A little boy with a weirdly spiky hat would say. Coda, you never trust anyone. Yeah, we're killers. I doubt that, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think we should trust him. We're a bunch of killers. The police are almost always after us. Touché. Coda, what's your opinion on this, Ichinos? I say go with the flow in this situation. I don't really know. Oh, there, Jack. Don't really know. Good. So I guess the options are up to me to decide. Come on, we still have one more victim for tonight. He would say, walking off with his posse of people. So then, well, Deku would go on to do his final killing for the night. He's currently after a specific villain, which he just does not like, because that villain's more of a vigilante of sorts. You know, someone who brings hope to the people. Blech. And said vigilante is currently fighting a hero. A hero which he also does not like. A hero by the name of Red Riot. He very much despises that hero, since he's always so afraid when he goes into combat, but he never seems to wimp out. He never seems to truly let the fear overtake him. So Deku wants to teach these villains and this vigilante and this hero what true fear is. So, as this vigilante, I'm going to name, I don't know, like Regenerator, you know. No, Sparkplug, yeah. Sparkplug and Red Riot are fighting. A thick fog would move in and overtake them both, and when it dissipates, they realize that they are no longer in the back alley of, well, some random street, but in a London alley? My, look at what we have here. Who's there? Red Riot would say. Oh, you don't know me? I thought my reputation would have preceded me at this point, but it appears not. Then again, no one's ever caught me. Who's there? Sparkplug would say, before getting stabbed through the stomach by a cane. Oh, you don't know, Jack the Ripper. He would say before just hitting him in the face so hard that he goes flying. Deku would then begin walking forwards, slowly, dragging his hand across the wall and collecting a layer of dust on it. You know, London can get pretty dusty sometimes, but I never knew this dusty. Jack the... there's no way you're Jack the Ripper. You're just a kid. Move along. Wait, how did you stab him? How did... Oh, Red Riot. I wasn't expecting you here. Actually, I was. I kind of set up this entire ordeal. So then, Sparkplug, I really do believe that you really are the face of, well, all vigilantes, he would say before slapping him with the hand that was covered in dust and tearing off his face. Just like, it's off. Like, just gone. It's now blood and putty and a little bit of flesh on the floor. The entire thing, and it's just his skin. Just his skin is off. His muscles are still there, and he would scream in agony. Scream in absolute pain. Red Riot would feel a bit of fear building up inside of him. Oh, yes, the legendary Red Riot. A hero that's always afraid before going into battle, but still, a heart of gold, and regardless of that fear, goes in and saves people. Well then, Red Riot, save him. Save Sparkplug. Yeah. Yes. I don't know what Red Riot's actual name is, so I'll just make it up. Like, I don't know. Jeffrey. Like, Jeffrey. No, I'll go with Stephen Dahmer, I guess. Go on, Stephen Dahmer. Save him. How do you know my name? Oh, how does a little old villain like me know your name? Oh, that's difficult to answer. Why don't you ask some of my accomplices? You know. Oh, maybe they'll be able to tell you. What accomplice you would say before getting stabbed in the back by a little boy by the name of Coda. He would get stabbed in the back, literally by Coda. Sorry, hero. I really don't like your type, so, yeah. So, hero, how does it feel? The very people you were trying to save are now the reason you are going to die. I think I was like 5 days from retirement. Jokes won't save you this time. They really won't. And the only thing that can be heard is Red Riot's screams in the night. As well, we cut to Kirishima, who's currently, just after one of his training sessions, when he switches on the TV, because this is typically the time his favorite hero's talk show comes on, only for him to see that Red Riot had been killed brutally by Jack the Ripper. Kirishima would be heartbroken. Whilst we cut back to Bakugo, currently looking on a wall, trying to find, his long-lost friend's location with a bunch of pins on it and photos of where his friend could have been. Why did you have to up and disappear like that, Deku? I'm so sorry. Damn. Bakugo is, one of the only people that's looking for Deku, since, his mother's death and how Jack the Ripper was written in big bold letters on the wall. Everyone just thought he had died, but since no one had found the body, Bakugo has been searching for him, wanting to find him because, he misses him. He wants to say sorry. He wants to hold his old best friend. He wants to say sorry to him for being such a douchebag. Because remember, Deku up and left when he was about 6, which means Bakugo was still bullying him for like 2 years. But, yeah. Now we are at the start of the anime, the 9-month training arc. Deku and, well, Kami and Ichino's would happen to be sat at the bar. As Deku would say, "Why don't we try out for UA?" "Excuse me, Jack, what?" would respond the both of them at the same time. Think about it. Like, really, think about it. Imagine all the free old intel we could get on heroes, and once they realized that one of their students was Jack the Ripper, that would just cause mass hysteria. Because, well, everyone's already paranoid of us. But what if they were even more paranoid that such a killer could get behind UA's defenses and not only get trained there, but be a full-on student? That would just cause absolute terror that not even the mightiful UA could and protect you from the Ripper's grasp. You're the only... Kami would say, "Good grief, you're the only one who makes it seem like a good idea to go into UA. Like, you just full-on haiku'd me. How can I not?" Ichino's would just say, since she's currently, like, chugging a massive beer. Alcoholism. So, Deku would fly through the written exam pretty easily. And, well, when it came to the physical exam, he would also fly through that, utilizing his quirk to basically just turn a bunch of sticks and stones into, well, robot-destroying weapons. No one would get trapped under the 0-pointer, and, well, yeah. So, we cut to the first day of class. Kami and Ichino's both made it into Class 1A. So did Deku. So you want to know what Deku's doing? Just walking down the halls with the both of them on either side of him, like holding his arms, infinite Riz style. He is rocking that UA uniform in a clean cut suit fashion, but just... this man currently has infinite Riz points. It's currently what's going on. Like, a lot of dudes are just... when he walks down the hall, teachers are staring, dudes are staring. Like, everyone's staring at him because of just the sheer amount of Riz he has in this moment in time, and he knows it. He just walks into the class, once again with these two, like, pretty females on either side of him, rocking the suit. Just like everyone in the class just silently turns their head to look at him and is like, damn. Just damn. Bayonetta and Denki in unison just sigh in sadness, knowing that they will never look as cool as that. Like, everyone in the class just stops fighting and stares at them. "Hello there. I am Izuku Midoriya. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance." Kami Uchimi. Uchimi, I think it's pronounced. It's also nice to meet your acquaintance. Ichi knows. Hey, it's nice to meet you all. You know, you can tell who's more formal of everyone there. Just, yeah. And then Deku just goes to his chair, sits down, and just acts like it was nothing. Everyone is just blankly staring at him like, dude, You can't just walk into the class like that. You can't just walk in with, like, that much riz and then just sit down like it was nothing. Like, who are you? That happens. And, well... So... the physical exam, Aizawa walks in his caterpillar form, yada yada yada. They go outside for their, test. When it comes Deku's turn to throw the ball, he lobs it, and, well, you know how in Ragnarok, Jack the Ripper, like, flicks a stone fast enough to not only cut Hercules, but creates a massive explosion behind him? Yeah, he just throws the ball that far. He just throws it, and it goes, like, flying. It catches on fire. It goes so fast. Also, little fun fact about Deku's quirk in this What If, it also leaves no fingerprints. Deku does not have any fingerprints since he permanently has a very special kind of glove on, so he leaves no trace of himself other than the killings. But yeah, he lobs the ball, and it catches on fire, and, like, it's now went from a ball to a missile. And, like, Aizawa just puts him in second place aside from Gravity, who gets infinite. But yeah, he just lobs the ball super fast. Anyway, time for, well, the heroes versus villains. So, Deku turns up, looking like this. Everyone is just sort of like, we thought this man could not have any more riz. We were mistaken. Like, Mayonetta and Denki, just both in unison, and again, just sigh in sadness that they will never look like as good as this. He just turns up. He has a whip with him as well, and a big-ass pair of scissors. Everyone's confused, but they don't question it. So, Bakugo versus... Now, it would be Kirishima and Ida versus Deku and, well, Kami. When they walk in, Deku just tells Kami, go find the bomb, I'll deal with the redhead. Yes, sir! She can't say Jack right now since they're in the middle of UA, so she just substitutes it with sir, but she usually calls him Jack. Hey there, Kirishima. Anyway, let us and our duel begin. Duel? Oh, sure. Come at me, bro. Kirishima would harden himself, and Deku would take out his big-ass scissors. They would begin fighting, and but Kirishima would break his scissors. Sorry about the scissors, but, this is a win-or-lose situation, you understand. Oh, you thought my quirk had something to do with the scissors, didn't you? Well, guess what? It doesn't. He would take out a whip, and then whip Kirishima, blowing off a little piece of his hardening. As you can see, my quirk allows me to make this whip into a deadly weapon. But it only works with whips, unfortunately. Everyone just is like, what do you mean it only works with whips? You turned a ball into a missile. I think he means fabrics? I think, Momo would say. And, like, Mayonetta would make an inappropriate comment about him using a whip. Every female in the classroom would just blush intensely, and Ichinos would immediately get extraordinarily jealous. And just kick him out of the building that they are in, out of a window. But yeah, he proceeds to keep on whipping Kirishima and running away through the halls until Kirishima eventually catches up, grabs the whip, and breaks it. Sorry, bro, but you can't use your quirk anymore. Once again, this is a win-or-lose situation. He would then be interrupted by a rock flying at him at incredible speeds. Oh, did I say my quirk only works with whips? Sorry, I meant rocks. Back when I threw that ball, so far, I made sure to also pick up a rock along with it so I could yeet it so that I could throw it extremely far. And I also placed rocks inside of my whip, allowing it to deal devastating damage. Apologies for the misguidance, Kirishima, but you have fallen right into my trap. He would say before picking up a bunch of rocks and throwing them at Mach speeds, it's breaking Kirishima's hardening and sending him through multiple walls, looking like a JoJo's character. What do I mean by that? I mean he got mooted. Like, he looks like a JoJo's character after, like, Jotaro is done with them. He's pulverized to a bloody mess. Nice one, bro. Ugh. Deku would just silently think to himself, like idle, like student. He would just brush off his, pants and cape thing and just walk along. It was nothing. Like, it was nothing. Once again, Denki and Mayonetta both sigh in unison. Sadness. Quick little water break. Anyway, so, yeah. Cammy gets the bomb and then reveals herself because she was utilizing her illusion gas to make herself invisible. Yeah, very smart. She just sort of carefully spied, like, the movie Entrapment? She just entrapmented her way through there. In case you're wondering, it's a spy film. Not like spy film, more like heist film. About, this legendary thief and this cop. But yeah, she just did that and just touched the ball, revealed herself, and just like gave that two-finger salute. Anyway, back to one of Deku's killings. Quite distressed, I don't know, like a random person with a dog quirk that gives them dog ears and a dog tail would be running away outside of a mental hospital. Well, be running out of an alley in terror before getting a knife to the back of the head. Deku would come out with his, handsaw and saw them to bits before taking out the knife, looking at the mental hospital, and smiling. We cut back to, Todoroki, who gets told that his mother was murdered brutally and then hung. In fact, everyone in the hospital was killed. The only thing that was left was on the floor in big old words. Jack the Ripper was here. And, he would be pissed the fuck off and also be absolutely miserable. He would share the information with the rest of their family, and all of them are absolutely broken by this. And Defa doesn't care because this is a point in time where he did not give a shit. Remember, this is like early MHA. He has not begun his redeemment arc yet. He's not begun that redeemment, So he's still an asshole. So he doesn't give a shit until he realizes that it was done by a serial killer, which means he has to get up and do his job. And hell, maybe this could even convince Shoto to use his use his fire side. You know, then he suddenly starts caring, like, okay, I'll go catch this guy. So whilst he's walking through the streets, like, singing a song, like, I'm gonna catch Jack the Ripper, I'm gonna catch Jack the Ripper, he would trip over a tripwire and then get stabbed by a bunch of knives from the top, as a little note that falls down and says, Jack's trap. Oh, fuck. Like, Deku set up a bunch of traps throughout the city, which are intended to make people bleed out and are covered in a bunch of random objects. One time he killed a man with a bunch of pencils and pens. Anyway, so, yeah. That occurs to Endeavor before Deku comes out of the shadows like, oh, would you look at that? The number 2 hero fell right for my trap. He would say as a fog would roll in, and, well, before he knew it, Endeavor was in London, or at least what looked like London. Deku would be slowly walking towards him with a hatchet. You're going to die like all the other heroes. Now let's see, I killed the number 3 hero. Yeah, I'm the reason that Hawks currently is in the number 3 spot. I killed Red Riot. Oh yeah, I also killed Mount Lady's brother. I killed everyone in that mental hospital. Oh wait. Oh yeah, your wife was in there. Shame. I should have tortured her more. But you probably don't care. Oh wait, this entire conversation is being recorded. I'm going to send this to your shit stain of a son. And then, well, I'm going to kill your entire family. You wanna know why? Because, well, fear is the most beautiful emotion, and what better way to spread fear than to kill the number 2 hero and his entire family? You wouldn't dare. I know that you probably only care about Shoto, so don't worry. I'll make his death the longest and most painful. I'm gonna kill you, you bastard! Endeavor's arm would get cut off by the hatchet, before getting his both of his legs chopped off, and then his other arm. Look at you! Now the legendary number 2 hero Endeavor, now a torso on the ground. Well, anyway, I'm about to make Hawks the number 2. Hell, I might even end up killing All Might at some point. Then Hawks is gonna be the number 1. Then I'm gonna kill him too. That way, I would have killed 3 of the most legendary heroes in history. Oh, the world is gonna be in absolute terror of me. He would put his foot on Endeavor's back, his one eye capable of seeing emotions glowing red. And you cannot see his eyes, just his one red one. Time to die, he would say, and then chop off Endeavor's head. It would roll across the floor, blood spilling from it. Well then, time to show that I was here. Good thing I was bluffing about that whole recording thing, too. I don't want anyone hearing my voice, other than the people I kill. Just a little bit extra fear. He would say, writing his name in bold letters on the ground in Endeavor's blood, before swiftly leaving. The next day, they would see and find Endeavor's mutilated body. Anyway, so yeah, I'm ending this off here. Goodbye, my lovely, lovely audience. I hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye.